really nice and cold. So nice and cold.
Quebec 3 Zulu Sierra Tower, you are radar identified showing 10,600 feet, and I've got no traffic for you.
Thanks for joining us today. This is the start of a new and exciting series where we take X-Ray Zulu Sierra all the way to Tofino on the west coast of Vancouver Island on the rugged Pacific coast of Canada for an adventure riddled with unknowns. It's August in Alberta, and with COVID restrictions blocking destinations to the US and northern Canada, our choices for a summer flying vacation are east or west. With over 1,600 forest fires burning in British Columbia alone, Canada is blanketed in varying degrees of smoke from coast to coast, which is not only causing poor visibility for VFR flying, but would also make for a rather poor vacation experience. Vancouver Island, which we Western Canadians just call the island, is located off the west coast of British Columbia and has one of the most desirable climates in Canada. With winds generally westerly and almost no fires burning on the island itself, it looked to be the only place in Canada that wasn't blanketed in smoke. Apparently, just about everyone else in Canada noticed the same thing, so with tourism at never-seen-before levels, ferries backed up for days, and not a rental car or hotel room available anywhere on the island, we decided to take to the sky and just jump over it all. So we loaded up our trusty 182 with a tent, sleeping bags, and 2 electric scooters, and prepared for a flight to a place overflowing with tourists that neither of us knew much about. We got a tip from a friend and fellow pilot that the airport at Lacombe Beach allowed tenting beside the Flying Club building, so we decided it would make a great initial destination as we had no plans for our first day, and it might even make a good base camp for our adventures. The fastest way to get to the island is to point the airplane's nose southwest, climb to 12,500 feet, fly for 3 hours and 30 minutes, and land in Lacombe Beach. Simple, right? Well, not quite. 1. We don't have an oxygen system, so flying for that length of time in the thin air at that altitude is not only contrary to air law, but is a terrible idea due to the chance of hypoxia. 2. 1,600 forest fires are burning in southern and central British Columbia, with almost no visibility in some areas and temporary flight restrictions in many due to firefighting activities. To overcome this problem, I looked to northern BC, and while the route was much longer, the smoke appeared thinner and even non-existent in some places up there. Our plan today is to fly northwest to Grand Cache, get up high and cross the Rockies where they are narrower and a bit lower, then drop into the valley and head towards Prince George for a field stop. We altered our planned field stop in Prince George to the small town of Vanderhoof, just a little further to the west, with the last-minute news of a broken fueling system. After refueling, we'll take off and fly southwest to the coastal community of Bellacoola, where we'll more or less follow the coastline down to Lacombe Beach while avoiding some coastal military airspace. While this route gives us a total flying time of 8 hours and 6 minutes, more than doubling the standard flight time, distance, and fuel cost, it is by far the safest, and after living in constant smoke for over 3 weeks, it seems like a small price to pay for some clean, fresh air. We recently relocated our plane to a new airport just north of Red Deer in the small town of Lacombe, Alberta. So this is where our adventure will take flight.
Lacombe traffic, Gulf X-Ray Zulu Sierra is departing 17 Lacombe. Oh yeah, she's draggy. Woohoo! Traffic on 26-7 Gulf X-Ray Zulu Sierra Cessna 182 is 10 miles to the northwest of Lacombe, climbing through 5,900 feet for 10,500. X-Ray Zulu Sierra 267 traffic.
This says welcome and bye-bye. Bring the charger.
I have a cord we can charge it with. So once we go up to a higher altitude, I think I told you to just ask me some math questions every now and then. Sure that I'm not getting hypoxia.
Traffic in the Edson area, it's Air Fox at Mike Yankee Delta. We're 14 miles east of Edson, 11,500 southeast bound Edson traffic.
Do you have any music in here?
You hook your headset to your phone, you can play music in your headset from your
I don't have music on my phone.
Oh. I can sing to you.
Okay.
That alright?
Sure.
I've been missing my mother, missing my brother, missing my father.
I don't want a COVID song.
Sister,
I don't want a COVID song.
I've been a baby.
I want a different
crazy.
song.
I can't go round her house no more. Oh. Alright, our temps are coming down. Get out a little more. What's in my left tank? Well, I won't miss the smoke. Once we get close to Prince George, we're supposed to be out of it. I won't miss it one bit.
What's 8 times 8?
64.
12 times 12.
144.
10 times 12.
120.
You're going high or wide? Do you see mountains in somewhere?
I plan to cross them at 12.5.
Yeah? So you need to get there ahead of time?
Yeah, it's going to take me a while to get up to 12.5, and we're going to be into the mountains pretty soon.
What's this?
That is your fuel mixture.
Do I need to know about that?
If you're going to land, you will turn that so it's mostly in.
Just before I land or whenever?
Even when you're getting ready to, well, just as you start to get lower. Like right now, I'm up high and it's out. If we were down low, it would be in further.
It turns?
It turns, but if you push that in, you can just push it or pull it, but you got to push that red knob in. Otherwise, you can just turn it.
So that needs to be in to land?
Yeah. Well, mostly in. Be out a little bit.
What's this?
That is the pitch of your prop. So that's like the transmission in your car. Like you could put it in low or second or drive. That's what that is. You can just leave that alone, pretty much. You have to do the emergency landing, I wouldn't bother worrying about that. Make sure you take good breaths and you can do some of that pursed lip breathing too.
If I'm reporting my position, tell me what I would say. I'm going to write it down.
Golf X-Ray Zulu Sierra, Cessna 182. Or first you could say 267 traffic. Which is S267. If it's not on 267, then get it on 267. And you say your position, altitude, direction of travel, and then say your call sign at the end. 267, this is X-Ray Zulu Sierra. So the engine's just over there, that's the highway going to it.
Yes.
Yellowhead Highway. We're going to join up with this highway again. We're going to go up sort of past that cloud, cross the mountains, and sort of join up with that highway because it goes to Prince George.
Northeast of Hinton?
To the northeast of Hinton, 15 miles. Just say 15 to the northeast of Hinton.
Okay.
12,500 feet. Tracking to the northwest. And just say 267 traffic, Golf X-Ray Zulu Sierra. Ready? Hold that button to talk.
267 traffic, Golf X-ray Zulu Sierra 182, 15 to the northeast of Hinton, 12,500 feet, tracking to the northwest, 267, Golf X-ray Zulu Sierra.
Perfect, good job. Good.
122 plus 122.
244.
ETA to land.
12:20. 2 hours, 3 minutes.
I'd like to pop this on you because I'm only showing mine between 81 and 84. So can I put it on you for a bit?
Sure, yep.
Hanging at 86, but I got it up to 90. 665 plus 665.
13:30. It's like the clouds parted and just made a nice corridor for us here.
Any radar is normal, but Texada might be flying overhead. Survey east-west lines, 20 west, 20 east of radar for the next 4 hours. Texada might.
What's it at now?
94.
All right. That's 15 plus 93.
108.
I'll take your word for it. If you ever get a feeling of like euphoria or really a feeling of super wellness, that means you're hypoxic. Ooh, that's nice and cold.
It's really nice and cold. Really nice and cold. So nice and cold.
Breathe, baby, breathe. Breathe. Come on, breathe. You can do it.
Okay. Pilot's out. Put that over. Co-pilot. Press that. Say, hello, pilot is unconscious. I need some help. Let it out.
There you go.
So that's on 267 because that's the general thing. Maybe get down a little bit because I'm a bit too high. So I could move that up a tiny bit like that, right?
Yeah.
And then try and follow that till I hear. And they're gonna know where I am, right? They're gonna follow me, they're gonna tell me kind of which way to go.
Yeah, they might tell you to squawk a number.
Oh, squawk.
They might just put it into there if they do that.
Do I have to press anything or just put it there?
No, just put it there.
Okay, and that just means I can hear them? Or that means they can hear me?
No, squawk just means that on their radar,
They can see me?
like right now, if they see us on the radar, it says 1200, but it also says 1200 for almost every other VFR plane on the radar. So they give you a code so they can tell which one is you.
Okay.
Because then on their radar screen, it'll change to the code you put that at.
Okay. And then if I'm going to land in like 5 miles, I'll have to start to come down. So I'll put that down. I'll put my carb heat out.
Carb heat, and then slowly back your throttle off.
Is this my throttle? Why did you look up there?
That'll tell you where your throttle is. Like, you can get it to about 15. You'll start to come down. So pulling this out, that needle will drop.
78, Tom.
Oops.
Big breath. 81. 91, good.
Traffic advisor in the Prince George area, North River 211, King Air 200, and Vancouver 10,200. Plane straight in visual, runway 15, 26 miles to the north-northeast. Estimating the field in 6 minutes. North River 211.
Let me know if you see any peaks sticking out of those clouds.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe. Striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that
looks interesting. It looks like a horizon almost. Like it looks like a lake, the clouds and the lake. It looks like a lake,
Yeah,
and it looks like the
totally
clouds are in the
does.
lake.
And this looks like the other shore.
Can't really see it that well in here, but
It's a mirage.
is it?
I don't know. I'm gonna fly this thing over the ocean, man. That's never been done by us before.
Going to the west coast. Next time, hopefully, it'll be the east coast.
Yeah.
November Romeo at Tango November uniform 1267.
Well, so far we've been flying about 3 hours and 15-20 minutes. Took off from Lacombe airport, all packed up, ready to go for, I don't know, 5, 7, 10, 12, 15, 21 days, depending on the weather.
Yeah.
Headed out west. Huh?
There's a couple fires that way.
There is, for
That
sure.
side of Vanderhoof, so they're gonna be giving us some fresh smoke.
Yeah.
I don't think they're big, they're not big fires, but 118.3 Prince George Tower, Gulf X-Ray Zulu Sierra, Cessna 182.
Golf X-ray Zulu Sierra, Prince George Tower.
Gulf X-Ray Zulu Sierra is approximately 9 to the northeast at 10,600 feet, and we're transitioning through the area for a full stop in Vanderhoof.
Golf Zulu X-ray Sierra, Prince George Tower, roger. Wind at the field 220 at 7, altimeter 3010, and cleared westbound over the control zone, squawk code 0760.
Squawking 0760, X-Ray Zulu Sierra.
Golf X-ray Zulu Sierra Tower, you are radar identified, showing 10,600 feet, and I've got no traffic for you.
Roger that, X-Ray Zulu Sierra.
Cool bridges there.
Yeah. It's a train bridge, I think. Oh no, maybe it's not. I don't think it is actually. Well, it could be.
Foxtrot Juliet Delta Whiskey Tower, you're exiting the zone. Surveillance service terminated, cleared on Route 10. Keep the code if you like. Juliet Delta Whiskey, thanks.
Millions and millions of acreages out here.
So the town's pretty decent size, but there's probably a lot more population, like in the surrounding areas, probably much bigger.
Like, I've never seen this many acreages. Go for miles.
X-ray Zulu Sierra Tower, no radar observed traffic between you and Vanderhoof. Surveillance service terminated, clear en route.
Clear en route, X-Ray Zulu Sierra.
So glad we have air conditioning.
Oh, I know.
Ah. Prince George looks actually quite pretty.
Yeah, it does, eh?
Farming, lots of lakes, lots of acreages, little mountains.
Hey, so we're gonna start our descent. I'm gonna get you to do it.
Sure.
RP,
RP'd on.
all the way out. Going. And then to bring your throttle back to 17.
My throttle. Is this my throttle?
Yep.
Or you pull it out?
Nice and slow.
Pull this too?
No, just
This?
Yeah. Nice and slow. Back to 17.
Am I just watching that?
Yep. There you go. Now look at that nose drop. Now look at here. You can see we're going down 300 feet a minute. You want to get it to 500? So I would pull it back to say try 16. Try to go back a little more on the throttle. So now look at this gauge here. We're dead on 500 feet a minute.
The carb heat, then I went down to 16, then I went down to 15, so I can get that at what?
About 500 feet.
So I get that at 500 feet, which I don't know if it is.
It'll fluctuate, but this is good. So this is us descending. I'm not pushing, I'm not pulling. I didn't turn the trim wheel, we just pulled the power back.
Oh, okay.
As I get lower, I'm going to richen the engine a little bit. Turn that in.
Richen it, meaning you're putting more oil in it?
More fuel.
More fuel.
Yeah.
You want to put more fuel in the engine when you're taking off and when you're landing?
No, when I get lower altitude, it needs more fuel. There's more air, right? So it needs more fuel to go with the more air, but when you go up, it needs less fuel because there's less oxygen. Vanderhoof traffic, Gulf X-Ray Zulu Sierra, Cessna 182 is 12 to the east. We are at 5,500 feet, inbound for an overhead arrival, Vanderhoof. Of the airport in sight. I'm going to show you what I do to land. Vanderhoof traffic, Golf X-ray Zulu Sierra is 3 to the north, and we are going to be crossing overhead momentarily. Vanderhoof traffic, Golf X-ray Zulu Sierra.
The windsock on the end there?
Yeah, I see it.
I can't see the direction or anything.
Yeah, I can't see the direction either. We'll get closer. Pretty much dead. The dead sock. Gonna land 25. Vanderhoof traffic, Golf X-ray Zulu Sierra is overhit the field. We're going to be joining a left downwind for 25 Vanderhoof. Now I'm going to slow the plane down. One trim up, back on the throttle. So the trim up is what slows it down. It's lifting the nose and it's slowing it. So now I'm within that white area of the airspeed here, so I can start to put flaps in it now. So now I'm trimmed for 100 miles an hour, and I'm going to put another swipe of trim in it. So I trim the nose up again. Let the plane, it'll take a second for the nose to drop again. Vanderhoof traffic, Golf X-ray Zulu Sierra is on a left base for 25, full stop Vanderhoof. Gas, undercarriage, mixture, prop goes full forward. I'm doing about 95 miles an hour. Turn in final. Put another swipe of trim in it to slow me down even more. The rest of the flaps go in. Now you can see I'm right at 80, but it's dropping below, so I'm going to push the nose down to get it back to 80. I'm right on, dead on 80. Got the speed dead on. Got my feet on the bottom of the rudders, not on the brake part. I gotta, still keeping it at 80. Just pushing my nose up or down to keep 80.
Not much for wind.
Let the power out. And keep the nose up. Alright, flaps are up. Coming up. Vanderhoof traffic, Golf X-ray Zulu Sierra is down and clear.
Thanks for joining us for part 1 of this epic flying adventure to Vancouver Island. The ability to hop in our little airplane and go places is a privilege we're very thankful for. We read all your comments and would love to hear from you. Don't forget to click the thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and subscribe so you won't miss future episodes. We'll see you on the next one.